All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and the sincere Shalom to the hopeful elect us out there, and the sincere brothers that's pushing this truth and sincerity. And what we have here is yet another clip. This was about a week ago, talking about get jabbed or terminated. And this was in Houston Methodist Hospital. And not too long ago, I think about a couple of days ago, Russia is now enforcing this same thing in all his jobs. So you had the question, what about the people that doesn't want to take? What happens to them? Guess it's going to be the same situation here, because we know this is what it's going to lead up to. I'm gonna play the half of the clip because I don't want to. Even though I know this might probably get taken down, I'm gonna do my best to do what I can with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip.
New tonight, a big show of support for a Houston Methodist nurse who spearheaded a legal fight against mandatory COVID vaccines. Today was the deadline for holdout employees to get the vaccine or lose their jobs.
But employees who refuse to get the shot are also refusing to give up their fight. Marcelino Benito shows us what happened tonight and what happens next. Marcelino.
Guys, tonight many of these Houston Methodist employees gathered together for the first time. Their 2-week unpaid suspension is now underway. When it's over, they'll be fired, all for choosing not to get vaccinated. After weeks of taking a stand against Houston Methodist Hospital's COVID-19 vaccine mandate, Jennifer Bridges, the nurse at the center of a now federal lawsuit, walked out of Methodist Hospital Baytown for the last time.
I cried the whole way out.
Waiting for her was a crowd of supporters and dozens of nurses who are losing their jobs too for declining to roll up their sleeves for the vaccine.
I kind of felt betrayed a little bit.
Many of these men and women spent the last year and a half treating COVID-19 patients.
I work in the ER, so it was crazy, the whole COVID pandemic. And it's like we were short-staffed, over capacity with patients. Like it was just a lot. And then it's like for them to kind of do this to us, kind of like a slap in the face, or that's how I felt.
Today was.
And see, this is what's going to ultimately lead to is a bunch of riots of anything, especially here. There's going to be a bunch of riots, especially because as you heard the woman, she said she felt betrayed. This is what happens when people don't understand their oppressors. This is Psalms 55:21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but what was in his heart? His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And this is what Esau will try. He will always put out a good, fair, loving speech, trying to rally the people that comes against him, claiming that everybody's terrorists. Claiming that the people against him are terrorists. Meanwhile, he's the actual terrorist. He doesn't just terrorize other people outside his niche, outside his kingdom. Now he terrorizes people inside the kingdom. It doesn't matter. This is all prophecy, and we need these things to happen. The more we see these things coming further and further, the more we know this place is coming to a close. This is Slaki. This is his tactics. And like a chess piece, he's like a chess player, really. You gotta stay 3 steps ahead of your opponent. And that's what Esau has always been doing with us, is that he knows that his people are technically harmless, but it's us, the ones that know the truth, that he wants to come against. We're his opponents. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're his opponents. He's trying to fight the Lord, and it's not working. The Lord is the one who's even guiding his steps. He's the puppet master. He's not only just controlling us, he's controlling Esau too. This is Psalms 10:2. This was just going to be a short video because I saw this. It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. And that's what Esau has been doing for years. He'll hire even our own people to come against us. and create all sorts of crazy things happening. He'll infiltrate any movement that comes against him, and he hasn't handled it. It says, "Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." So our people's is taken by Esau, because guess what? Esau gives them everything. You give them the money, our people are quick to sell out. They get to buy all sorts of flashy things, anything that amuses our people. But he sets up the right people that'll coon out for him. He'll set up anybody. He doesn't just choose anybody. He chooses the ones that don't mind feeling guilt at the end of the day. That doesn't feel guilt at the end of the day. He sets up the right ones to make sure that he keeps us oppressed, that he keeps targeting us. You dumb the people down, you do your job. We'll pay you. That's one of Esau's ways. The same way as he likes funding these wars. It's the same way when he passed these laws saying that, hey, if you don't take this, you ain't working. You ain't going to the stores. Hell, you may not even be able to go inside your own house. If it gets to that part. I'm sorry, when it does get to that part. And this is ultimately geared to the chip. This is ultimately geared to the chip. This is just a test run. Who knows? You may not even put it as, oh, if you don't have this, you may not work until the microchip comes out. But who knows? He might do it even earlier because Russia's already starting it. But hey, we'll see how it all goes and how you people still want to keep fighting against us. We'll see how it goes. Because we know that it's ultimately of the Lord. And he will bring this place down. So with that, shalom.